Good morning, students. Our today's topic in mathematics O levels is equivalent ratios. So this is interesting, easy, but at the same time there are some technicalities which you have to learn. So concentrate yourself. The ratios 4 to 12, 2 to 6, and 1 to 3 are called equivalent ratios. So remember, equivalent ratios can be obtained by multiplying with the same number or dividing by the same number. So look at the first ratio, that is 4 to 12. If we divide this ratio by the same number 2, so 2 2s are 4 and 2 6 are 12, so 2 ratio 6 will be the new ratio. That is actually equivalent ratio to this ratio. Again, look at 4 ratio 12. If we divide this ratio by the same number 4, so 4 1s are 4 and 4 3s are 12. So here we get another ratio. That is again the equivalent ratio of this one. We can proceed from here to here. So look at this ratio. If we multiply this ratio by the same number 2, so 2 1s are 2 and 2 3s are 6, we will get this ratio. So this is equivalent to this. And again come to this ratio. If we multiply this ratio with the same number 4, so 4 1s are 4 and 4 3s are 12, so this will be the new ratio. So if we are given a ratio, if we multiply with the same number or divide with the same number, the new ratio will be called the equivalent ratio of the previous one. So we write 4 to 12 is equal to 2 to 6 is equal to 1 to 3, because all these three ratios are having 1 to 3 is the ratio in its simplest form. Because if we divide these two numbers by the same number 4, so 4 1s are 4, 4 3s are 12, so this will be the answer. In second ratio, if we divide the ratio, the numbers of the ratio with the same number 2, so 2 1s are 2 and 2 3s are 6, so same answer will be obtained. And this is already in simplest form, so this is the answer. So it means all three ratios are having the same answer. So when the ratios are having the same answer, these ratios are called equivalent ratios. Here is a question. A piece of string of length 60 centimeter is cut into two pieces. If one of them is 18 centimeter long, find the ratio of the length of the shorter piece to the length of the longer piece. Okay, first we will find the length of the second piece, because first piece is given and total length is given. So length of the shorter piece is 18 and length of longer piece is total minus this piece. So 60 minus 18 will be equal to 42. So these are the lengths of the two pieces which are cut from this longer piece. Okay, now the thing which is important in these kind of question, you have to be very careful about the wording of the question. The thing which is coming first should be written first, and the thing which is coming later should be written later. So look now, find the ratio of the length of the shorter piece. So it means shorter piece will be written first to the length of the longer piece, and longer piece will be written later. So look now, shorter piece, ratio, longer piece. Now we will put the values into this. Shorter piece is 18 and longer piece is 42. Now we will cancel the values in the same table. So 6 is the table in which both values are coming. So 6 3s are 18 and 6 7s are 42. So the ratio of the length of the shorter to the longer piece is 3 ratio 7. So this is the exam tip. Answers should always be given in its simplest form. If you do not simple the question, if you leave the question in between, some marks will be deducted. So the important thing is solve the question as maximum as possible. Here is another question. The statement of the question is find the ratio of 600 grams to 2 kg 40 grams. If this kind of question come in the paper, the thing that will be, first we have to convert the units into the same unit, because there are two kinds of the unit using in the question, that is grams and kilograms. So this quantity is in grams, but this quantity is in kilograms and grams. So first we will convert this second quantity into grams first. So look now, 2 kg and 40 grams, and we know in 1 kg there are 1000 grams. So 2 kg is equal to 2 multiplied by 1000, and this 40 gram will remain as it is because it is already in grams. So now 2000 plus 40, and that will be equal to 2040. So now this quantity is in grams now. So second quantity is also in grams and first is already in grams. So now we can put the values in the ratio. So 600 double dot, and this quantity is now this one, 2040. So this is the thing now, which first now we have to simple it. So in the table of 60 tens are 600 and 60 34s are 2040. Then in the table of 2, these two values are coming again. So 2 5s are 10 and 2 17s are 34. So this is the simplest answer. So the simple thing is you have to simple the question as maximum as possible. Here is a question of the equivalent fraction, which frequently come in the paper number 1 of mathematics O levels. So a missing number is there in the equivalent ratios. So we will pick the pattern because the second values in both ratios are given. So we will pick the pattern how the value from the first ratio is going to the second ratio. So second to second. So 6 is going to 30 by multiplying with it 5. So if this is 6 5s are 30, so this will be multiplied with also with 5. So 7 5s are 35. So 35 is the missing number. So if you cancel these two values into the table of 5, so 5 7s are 35 and 5 6 are 30, because equivalent ratios have the same value. So this is the method. Here is another question. Three numbers can also come in the ratio. So here is a ratio given, and we have equal sign, and on the right side we have an other ratio, and these ratios are equivalent, and the requirement is find the missing numbers in the equivalent ratios. So again we will pick the rule. What rule is actually going to be followed in the question? So first values of both sides are given. So we will pick the rule how 45 is going to 5. So actually this is divided by 9. So 45 divided by 9 will make 5. 9 5s are 45. So the same 9 will be divided with the other values. So 9 6 are 54. So it means here will be 6, and 9 9s are 81. So it means here will be 9. So these are the missing numbers, and these are equivalent ratios.